Okay, we're back. So we're talking varsity. So we'd go up to Sun Valley when it snowed. Right after the heavy snow comes in, and they would the road workers would pile up snow piles for us, so we could make our snow caves. It was really fucking badass. And there'd be a group of varsity scouts and stuff that would be the kind of judges for the competitions and whatnot. And there'd be like 10, 30 scout troops up there. And we just have a fucking blast hanging out, chilling in the fucking snow. Chilling, building our fucking snow caves, just doing the activities. Now I went up there and I was a varsity judge for the competitions when I was a varsity scout. For all of you guys that don't know, a little bit background to me. I was a Boy Scout. I almost made it to Eagle Scout. Of course, I didn't have my action gear when I was younger, when I first started doing it. So I didn't quite make it into Eagle Scout, but I was pretty fucking close. I was I was starting on my Eagle Scout. I had just gotten the one before it, and I had started by the time I had reached the deadline to make Eagle Scout. And that's at a certain age you can't do Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout is kind of one of the highest ranks that you can get other than your Eagle Palms, which you can only get those after you're an Eagle Scout. And those are kind of like, if you guys ever do karate or a martial art, there's like black belt, and then there's first degree black belt, second degree black belt, third degree black belt, fourth degree, and even the fifth, and then there's a master. So it's kind of like that. Now I do have a couple friends that were Eagle Scouts, and they even had Eagle Palms. So I just didn't have my ass in gear enough when I was younger to get it fully in time, which kind of sucked. But I was getting there. But I was a scout for the longest time, ever since I was like 13. And I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of good times with those guys. We went camping, fought a lot. We did a lot of fun things. Kind of some of the reason why if I ever get into a survival situation, I can survive. I have those survival skills that I'm prepared to do whatever. Because Scouts is one of the main things they teach you is common sense. Other than to be always prepared. That's the Scouts motto. And then there's a pledge. But more so, they teach you how to skills that you don't necessarily learn on your own. And some parents don't teach their children, and the Scouts, they teach it to you. And I'm quite thankful for my experiences and the things I learned in Scouts, because they, in the long run, are what helping me become a better man and a better person for society. Now, like every human being, I still have my downfalls, and I still have to kinda, think before I say some things. And I still have to go, is this... Sorry for the phone. End up being a phone in this fucking room, goddamn thing. But I still gotta go, what would, what I still have to think back to what was I taught. Because in this day and age, there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of people that you really just want to high five them with a folded metal chair to the face, and you gotta go, that's not, it's okay to think that, because sometimes that's what might, to keep yourself happy and calm, but really you gotta go, that's not what you should be thinking. And, I still gotta think about that, I still gotta look at that. And, I've been reading, I have a book, it's called The Warrior's Handbook. And it has, it's a compilation of The Art of War, the Book of Five Rings. I have the book downstairs, but it has, and then it has a moral code to it, and it's pretty much what a warrior should be, and it doesn't always apply to being like someone who's a fighter, or even it's just a book that can really help you and kind of teach you some things and help you realize some things that, even though someone might be trained to fight, that's not what you should be doing. That should always be the last. And there's a section in there, there's a part in there that says, in the first part of the book, there's a section that says, it's written by a martial arts master and practitioner. And martial arts, that isn't all about self-defense. There's more to it. It isn't just about teaching someone how to kick and punch right. Martial arts should be something that's taught. It was best described in that book as there's three parts that martial arts works on, that full martial arts works on, and that's body, spirit, and soul. So what that kind of means is not only are you training your body physically, but you're also training your mind, and you're training your spirit, and you're training your soul. Kinda, without those balances, it's just gonna be cattywampus. And so you gotta have a calm spirit, and you gotta have a spiritual soul. You gotta have you just can't let things get to you like that, and that's what it teaches you. Some of the world's best philosophers that were martial artists will tell you, even like such as Bruce Lee. If you guys don't know, Bruce Lee was trained by one of the best, I want to call it Kung Fu masters out there that, instilled these types of things into his students. IP Man. If you guys have Netflix, go watch his movies. They're about his life and what he went through, and kind of it's cool insight to a martial arts master's world, even though it's not necessarily a documentary, but it's all based on him. And this book, also the Book of Five Rings, that's about samurai, and it was written by a samurai who was very veered for his swordmanship, and could be considered one of the strongest swordsmen during his time. But he was during a time where there was lawlessness. During time in Japan, where samurai, there was a bunch of ronin and shit, and he's like, man, we were samurai, we lived by code, but that code was only struck by feudal lords, and once that came crashing down, it was all hell. And the samurai didn't mean what it once did. And he's like, there has to be a different way. And we got to start teaching. And he wrote this book, the Book of Five Rings, that not only teaches what it means to be a swordsman, what it means to be a martial artist as well. But you got to have different things. You got to have different roots. And this book just combines how you should be no matter what. And it's a really good read. I like it. And it might not be for everybody, but there's something that everybody could take away from reading it. I would say it's kind of like the Bible for martial artists. and warriors in general, because a warrior is someone that knows how to fight, but doesn't wish to fight. He wishes for peace more than he wants to fight. That's a true warrior, because no true warrior should want to have to use violence. A true warrior should always be calm. Should never get angry, and fighting should be last, because peace is better than fighting. Non-maiming is better than, fighting is better than maiming. Maiming is better than killing, and killing is better than killing a group. That's kind of how it puts it. But yeah, it's just a really good read, and if you guys want me to talk more about it, I'll show you guys the book. And I'll I'll read some of it and give you guys a little brief summary of what I learned in it, and kind of give you my spin of what I think it's kind of talking about. But that's kind of some of the shit my channel, I'm trying to want to move my channel into, like, just different types of shit, and not just me sitting in front of here talking about just my day. That's still going to be into the videos. Yeah, the fucking first part is what's been up, but I kind of want to do some different shit, and that's where vaping's coming in more. Vaping's a little bit different. I can try different things. There's different flavors. I have about 7 to 8 different flavors of e-juice on my dining room table. I'm looking into getting an RDA when I get money, which is a rebuildable drip atomizer. And I can show you guys my builds on that, what I've done, what I like, and I want to get a mech mod and a higher regulated mod, that can go more than 0.2 ohms. Just do some other different stuff than just dipping and talking about my day and being boring, kinda. That gets kinda old. But anyways, this video is getting this second part is getting up there with the first one. So, I'll leave you off with this. This is going to be my new saying for my video, alright? Instead of, life's better, keep a lip pack and a can handy because life is better with a pinch, I'm going to go just do whatever the fuck makes you happy, alright? Whether it be dipping, smoking, vaping, chilling, just do whatever the fuck makes you happy, alright guys? Don't fall in, don't let someone else tell you how to live your life. Because in all honesty, they're not you. And, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life. You don't need someone that every time you turn around they're telling you you're doing it wrong. Just live your life how you want to live it. Fucking live it to the fullest, alright? Raise some hell, break some shit, keep calm while doing it all. Just stand up for what you believe in, alright? And you'll be a much happier person. Don't take shit from no one. I'm not saying beat the living shit out of them, but just don't take their nonsense, alright? It's not okay for someone to judge who you are. And don't get caught up in the bullshit. And that's kind of what I've been taking from this book. Still be a calm, peaceful you, but don't take no bullshit from other people. And just learn. Alright? Learn as much as you can. Be as creative as you can. And just live life to the fullest. Because life is too short. And that's the God honest fucking truth. That's probably one of the 3 main truths that you live in. That if you live in the United States, there's 3 fucking truths that you will ever need to know. Alright? First off, taxes. You always have to pay taxes, and the U.S. Not unless you live in certain states, but you still gotta pay federal taxes. Second of all, life's too fucking short to deal with bullshit and to have bad sex and to be with people that don't make you happy and doing things that don't make you happy in general. Life's too short for all that bullshit. Fucking do what makes you happy. Have good fucking sex. And fucking don't listen to all the bullshit. Fuck all that bullshit, alright? And death always comes to us all. You know, it might come to a certain people faster than others. You know, that's kind of... But it shouldn't be looked at as a bad thing because we all eventually die. And whatever you believe in, you know, there's still some sort of heaven. And we'll all meet, some sort of heaven or hell, we'll all meet in one of those places. I know I'm probably going to hell, and if you're all going there, I'll meet you guys at the bus stop. I'll be the one driving the fucking party bus on the highway to hell. Because, you know, fucking, it's just too goddamn fun, you know, having to worry about, you know, stepping on some lines that, what I mean is I'll be on the highway to fucking hell because life is just, you know, I've just had too good of a fucking time to go to heaven. I'm just kidding, but you guys all know what the fuck I mean. But as I said, I'll be the one driving the fucking party bus, and I'll meet you all guys at the bus stop. And as for my shout-outs, Power of the Dragon, that's Dragon Dipper 22. He changed his name. Full review. Vaping with Twisted 420. I'm gonna add some vaping in there. He's a great guy to fucking watch if you're into vaping. Grim Green, great fucking guy to watch. Always reviewing some good shit, and always gives you the god honest truth and what he thinks and what he's dealt with them, with the mods and the addies and shit. Same with Grim Green, or Vaping with Twisted 420. Tia Vapes, she's a great chick to watch with vaping, and she gives you what she feels, you know. And then Rip Trippers, he has some good info about vaping and some of the shit that questions that you might have with vaping. Full review, Big Dipper Zach and Skullcross Dips. Go check her out. She's a pretty cool fucking chick. She is a chick that I would not mind having in my friend circle as like one of them lady dudes, you know, lady fellers that's pretty fucking down for just about any fucking stupid, probably not stupid, but you know, guy stupid ideas that we come up with our buddies. You know, she's a pretty cool chick like that, and she always has, they all have great shit to talk about, but she always, you know, she always kind of, I like some of the shit she talks about quite a lot, because she always hits home, and she's always looking to better the dipping community. And that's one thing that really needs to get a lot better, because honestly there's too much bullying in the dipping community. And that's why, you know, Chubbs said it best. You know, he was watching some vape videos, and that's one thing I've seen on vaping, in the vaping community, is that they don't give a fuck what you're vaping on. You could be vaping on this, and 9 times out of, and about, you know, 80 times out of 100, this is what a lot of vapors vape on. Not necessarily this setup, but something that looks like this. You know, they don't go for something like, you know, something fancy like this, or 90% of the fancy shit those guys vape on. You know, so it shouldn't matter. That's what, they don't fucking care what you're vaping on, as long as you're vaping and not on the cigarettes. And, you know, in the dipping community, it should be, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're dipping on, just as long as you're not smoking, or if you smoke, great. You know, to me, it doesn't matter what the fuck, just do whatever, you're happy. And I'll see y'all in the next video.